Hello students, so today we have a question from chapter number 7 of Pathfinder. The chapter is fluid mechanics. Okay, so the question says a specially designed glass tube has a rectangular loop and only one opening through a tube extending from the center of a long arm of the rectangular tube. So here we have a rectangular glass tube and there's a vertical tube which is open at the bottom. Okay, it is filled with mercury and held with its plane vertical, and its opening is dipped in the mercury filled in a large vessel. There is some air in the middle of the upper horizontal part of the tube. So here we have some air and the remaining part is filled with mercury. Right. When the tube is stationary, ends of the air packet are at distance L from the axis of symmetry of the tube. So you can see that in the diagram, the tube is making distance, the air packet is having length L from the axis of symmetry on either side. So the total length of the air packet is 2L. Okay. Pressure in the air packet is P and density of mercury is rho. Okay. At what angular velocity must the tube be rotated about its vertical axis of symmetry so that pressure in the air packet becomes eta times of its initial value in the stationary tube? Okay. So let's see. So we will make two cases. One is the before case and the other is the after case. Okay. So in the before case, the liquid is not rotating. Okay. The tube is not rotating. So pressure over here is to be P. Pressure is given to be equal to P. Okay. And in the after case, the pressure is given to be eta P. Okay. Now, here the total length of the air column is 2L, and in the after case, the total length of the air column will be actually less than that. Okay. Why? Because pressure is increasing. Okay. And under isothermal condition, if pressure is increasing, volume should decrease. Okay, so this is your total length now, 2x, let's say. So initial volume is 2L, final volume will be 2x. So apply the condition for isothermal. So P times 2L, initial pressure into initial volume, equal to final pressure eta P into final volume 2x. Okay, from here we will get x is equal to L by eta, right? Now, look at this particular point, okay, and this particular point in the second case. So this point is lying on the axis. So the rotation of the tube will not affect the pressure at this point, okay. So before and after in both the cases, the pressure at this point will remain same, and let's call that pressure to be equal to P1. Now let's say that this height is equal to h. Okay, so the pressure of the air over here P will be related with P1. How? So P1, no change in pressure along the horizontal section, then it will decrease by rho gh, no change in pressure over here, and we get the pressure over here P. Okay, so we can write down that P is equal to P1 minus rho gh. Okay, P1 minus rho gh, and you reach this point, you get the pressure P, correct? But in the final case, when the section is rotating with omega, in that case what will happen? So let's observe. This is your height h. Okay, now because of the rotation, let's mark the rotation also over here, omega, rotation omega, angular speed, pressure will be increasing in radial direction. Okay, so pressure will increase over here. Okay, and then you go up, pressure will decrease because of height, and when you go again inwards, pressure will decrease. Okay, here the pressure is increasing because of rotation, and here the pressure is decreasing because of rotation. Okay, so essentially what we can do, the amount of pressure increasing in this section will be equal to amount of pressure decreasing in this section, so we really don't need to worry about this section. Okay, so all we need to worry about is the pressure increasing due to this section because of rotation, and that increase in pressure will be equal to, if I write the pressure change over here as delta P, so this delta P will be equal to rho omega square x square by 2. Okay, this is the formula you get for pressure change due to rotation. At the end of the video I will discuss this formula, okay, for those who don't know this formula, but for others you can skip the last section. Okay, so P1 plus delta P plus something minus rho GH minus something equal to the pressure over here. Okay. So we write down the final pressure. So final pressure, eta P is the final pressure. So that will be equal to P1 plus delta P. Okay. Plus something and minus something is cancelling out. We don't need it. So simply we write down minus rho GH. Okay. Now P1 minus rho GH is equal to P. So eta P is equal to P1 minus rho GH will be P plus delta P is what? Rho omega square x square by 2. Okay. So we will get eta minus 1 times P equal to rho omega square x square by 2. And what is x? L by eta. Okay. So eta minus 1 times P will be equal to rho omega square L square by 2 eta square. You rearrange this equation and you will get omega to be equal to eta by L root of 2p by rho eta minus 1. Okay. So this is the angular speed with which the tube will be rotating. Okay. Now for those who don't know how the pressure changes under rotation, so let me explain that. So we take a tube. Okay. We take a tube and this tube is rotating about this axis with angular speed omega. Okay. The pressure over here is P1, the pressure over here is P2, distance between them is L. Okay. Or rather, instead of writing L, I could do something else. I could take this radius to be R1 and this radius to be R2. So I need to calculate the pressure difference between the 2 points because of rotation. Okay. So how do we do that? At a distance R from the axis, I will take a small element, a small section of the liquid over here. The length of this section will be what? dr. Okay. Now, what is the acceleration of this section? It is at radius r and the angular speed is omega. So the acceleration of the section will be how much? Omega square r, centripetal acceleration. Okay. So because of the centripetal acceleration, there will be a pressure variation across the 2 points. Okay. So that pressure variation dp, okay, pressure difference dp will be what? Rho times ar. Okay. Times dr. For example, in vertical, what do we have? Rho gh. When you fall through a height h under a liquid, the pressure changes rho gh. So density, acceleration and height fallen. Similarly, here we have density, acceleration and the distance that we are going across the length. That will be dr. Okay. So that's it. dp will be equal to rho omega square r dr. ar is replaced by omega square r. Okay. So we integrate on both the sides. Okay. So pressure P1 to P2. Okay. Here the pressure is P1, here the pressure is P2. That's what will be our limits. Similarly, this is R1, this is R2. So the radius limit will be R1 and R2. So on the left you will get on integration P2 minus P1 and on the right you will get rho omega square R2 square minus R1 square by 2. So this is the formula that I used in the solution of the question. Okay.